Hi everybody, Rex Frost here, and this is my review of Wonder Man Season 1. And let's get straight into this review. Okay, and yeah, before we get started, I do want to say that I am a little tardy to the party on this one. Wonder Man Season 1 did release in January 27th, I think, and Season 2 has already been greenlit, which is why I'm calling it, referring to the show's Wonder Man Season 1. So yeah, basically, as for the reason why I'm a little tardy to this party is mainly because I've been for the past couple of months, I've been rewatching all of the Marvel Netflix stuff, so I could be properly caught up with all the stuff going on in Daredevil Born Again Season 2, which, wow, did I cut it close. I quite literally finished Daredevil Born Again Season 1 the day before Born Again Season 2 released, which I cannot, I'm a lucky duck and a master planner. So yeah, as for Wonder Man, I do want to say this is a spoiler warning. I basically go into spoilers in all my videos except for serious thoughts. So yeah, as for I guess this is before I get to my review. My knowledge on Wonder Man, quite literally all of my knowledge from Wonder Man comes from him in the background of comic book panels when I was reading Civil War, the Civil War comic from Marvel, and World War Hulk. I think he was definitely in Civil War. He may have been there to fight with World War Hulk. I mean, speaking of Civil War, I do have a review coming out for that one really soon. But yeah, so my knowledge is basically none. I literally have no idea who he is from the comics, but I do know who he is from the show. So yeah, as for what I liked about the show, and mainly what the show's about, it's about Simon Williams trying to become a big name actor in Hollywood, and it's just he's just trying to find his way, make his path through life, and he's getting knocked down over and over again, and all he needs, and what he needs is a friend and someone who can both support him and be there to help him. So that's where he meets Trevor Slattery, the fake Mandarin from Iron Man 3. So yeah, honestly, amazing friendship. Before I get into the friendship, I just want to talk about the struggle of actors, especially Simon Williams. I really like how the show presents before we get into the struggles of Simon Williams, as for the actors and actresses and people in Hollywood, it's this show does an amazing job of showing that everyone in Hollywood is replaceable. You do not do not matter unless you are a big name. And I feel the show does a really good job of showing that, especially as Simon Williams is how on his first the opening scene of, well, not, I don't know if it's the opening scene, but it's the second scene of the show. Simon Williams is on the set of the show. All he's just trying to do is improve it, but because he gets in the way, and takes up too much time, he just gets replaced and is out of there. And it's I feel this show does do a good job. I'm a little too relaxed. I'm trying to get somewhat closer to the camera. So yeah, and he just shows that it's Hollywood is not kind. It's not a nice place to be in. It is a business, and it does not care about your feelings. And yeah, the show did a good job of showing that it's Hollywood is not the number one place to be. And it's and how it's how easy it is to become irrelevant. And yeah, also adding on to not just the issues of actors in general, the issues of Simon Williams, and how it's Hollywood is just straight up being discriminatory to people with superpowers. And it's because of there's this one bottle episode called the Doorman episode, which I will be getting into somewhat more later. And it looks like I'm no longer home alone. I'm gonna go take a quick little peek. Actually, no, I'm gonna let them come to me. But yeah, I think it's really interesting because this show, which I will get really into more, show kind of creates the discrimination towards like superpowered people, which like does set up the X-Men like more to come. But I'm going to go full hog into that in a later section of this video. So yeah, I do think like it really does do a good job showing this. Like all Simon wants to do is act. However, like he's not really allowed to because he has superpowers. And yeah, like ooh, his powers are really cool. And yeah, as for I'm gonna go. Okay, honestly, I feel like as of now, no, I'm just gonna say it. Trevor Slattery is Marvel's best original character. It's like he's really only competing was Luis from the Ant-Man movies, the guy who like talks fast, and, like has those awesome stories. Yeah, I mean that's like that's like his like those are Marvel's two best original MCU characters, and yeah, I personally give it to Trevor Slattery mainly because he's both funny and he has tons of depth that is created in Wonder Man. I think it's like really interesting, like how he was just like in a terrible place and he was approached by some shady people, and then like they made him do some horrible things, and it's like pretending to be the Mandarin, which personally I've always liked the Mandarin twist. I think it's like really genius and like it. I mean, there's a lot to break down from it, but it's a really good twist, and I feel like yeah, and like as for Trevor Slattery, I think he's a really well written character with like all of his backstory, like all he wants to do is survive, and yeah, I think he is a amazing like mentor to Simon Williams and a best friend. I cannot wait to see more of them from season 2, and yeah, I mean, they're just an amazing friendship. Okay, now let's get into some of the things I'm somewhat mixed on. This is almost like pro. I just felt like playing this was like the suit. I mean, superhero, there's gotta be a suit. Don't even think it matters at all that much. I just felt like playing there because, like, yeah, I mean, I feel like this is kind of one of those shows that I don't think needs a suit. I don't know, it's like really weird to describe it. It's like also, I feel like the main Wonder Man suit is kind of mid. I like this red suit Simon Williams is wearing more over here. But I mean, yeah, I mean, this is like more of a critique. I just felt like saying that, yeah, if you're expecting this show to be like a big, like the average Marvel TV show, you did not come to the right place at all. This is like a very contained story about like a friendship and like also love letter to Hollywood. So yeah, I mean, I'm kind of glad that they didn't like go full hog and like make him put on a suit and be a superhero, because at the end of the day, Simon Williams is just someone who has superpowers. He's not like really a superhero. And yeah, as for this is like somewhat of a critique of mine. I feel like this movie left out, well, not movie, but this show left out some parts of I just feel like it skipped over Simon Williams like filming for the Wonder Man movie. I would have liked to see some of that. It just goes to like him being cast, him like getting his costume and filming one scene to the entire movie being released, which is like, I don't know, I just feel like for a show about like acting and being in Hollywood, I just feel like they should have done like a montage of like him like throughout the entire production of the film. I feel like that was just like they skipped over a lot of it. But I mean, that's not the biggest issue in the world, especially because they're gonna be doing season 2, and I'm very confident that they're gonna be doing like some more like filming and stuff. So yeah. My overall rating for Wonder Man, I think it is a great show. I mean, you don't even have to be a fan of Marvel to watch this. I mean, you might want to watch Iron Man 3 because like it kind of does like, I don't know. I will say it is kind of confusing. Was like the bit was Trevor. I feel like this is I guess one critique I didn't put on here. I feel like what was it? The show should have done what Peacemaker season two's first episode did, whereas did a previously in the DCU and showing stuff from like not just Peacemaker. Well, even though it did, but I feel like every like Marvel show should have a thing if it's like not from the project that's in previously in the MCU and just shows that yeah, there's this one character in the show that was a fake terrorist. So I think that is somewhat important because I mean some people might be confused as like why's everyone saying this one guy was a terrorist. So but yeah, I think this is a great show. As of right now, it is my second favorite show of the year. I do have it. I I have Night of the Seven Kingdoms season one just a little bit over it and Beast Games under it. I'm kind of tempted to knock Percy Jackson season two. You know, I'm doing it. Sorry, Percy Jackson. I'm putting you down 6 out of. That is not correctly formatted. Okay, I think that's good. I mean, I don't know. I'm just sometimes I just move stuff around. You know what? I'm just gonna be putting Percy Jackson back. I mean, okay, yeah. So let's like my ranking of TV shows of 2026 so far. Feel free to tell me your thoughts on mine, and I'm gonna go to a segment where I talk about like what Wonder Man means for the overall MCU. Oh, before I talk about the future of like what Wonder Man means towards like the rest of the MCU, I do want to say I did just create a new tier list for 2026 comic book projects. I kind of just realized that you can't really see the like title on it because my face cam is over it. But yeah, I just wanted to say that I did create this new play tier list. I will be including Invincible season 4 and The Boys season 5 and like the Spider Noir and of course all MCU and DCU stuff. So yeah, definitely looking forward to like seeing how they all compare to each other. But yeah, as for what Wonder Man means, I'm just gonna talk about stuff. Season 2 did just get announced. Like I think it was like before Daredevil Born Again season 2 started premiering, which is like awesome because you know the MCU has been like very weird. It was like not necessarily the MCU, but like the Disney Plus Marvel's been like very odd, where it's like okay, one, I mean almost all of the like shows those are like movies and like what do you mean 6 episode seasons? That's like so short, but it's like yeah, I mean almost like all the MCU. Well, not necessarily. Well, not MCU, but like the Disney Plus stuff. Like for the most part, could be well should have been movies. I feel like Wonder Man definitely works as a movie. Well, no, I meant to say TV show. So is Daredevil Born Again season 2. No, season 1. Oh, I guess 2. But yeah, I mean, you can kind of tell. I mean, if something has 6 episodes, it probably could have been a movie. I mean. And so it's kind of nice to like see that like Marvel's Marvel's TV shows that are actually meant to get TV shows are getting greenlit for season 2. Now I wonder, will this be a yearly releasing show like Daredevil Born Again? Because that'd be really nice. And I mean, maybe I have no idea. But yeah, as for like other than like just like the other than season 2 announcement. I do think Wonder Man does set some stuff up. It kind of like shows how like the world is starting to like have a discrimination towards people's superpowers. Which like if you know the X-Men, you know like that is their entire thing. They fight for equality for superhumans, and I think that's like really important, especially as like how like the superpowers are kind of like shown as a are like a like a metaphor for like just people that are different. And yeah, I think like Wonder Man does do an amazing job of showing like the struggles, like how the discrimination of superpowered people. And yeah, I feel like that like does do a good job of like showing that it's like, yeah, like the general public is like, especially in Hollywood, it's like not kind towards superpowered people, especially it's like the fact that it's like people decided that, you know what, rather than, you know what, let's just sort of ban all people with superpowers rather than it's like just don't use your powers on the set of the movie. I mean, seriously, I do think that is like very uh like, I mean, that just goes to show like how discriminatory the world is, and I do think that is important that it's that we most likely will be getting to see more of this. Also, there's this one doorman episode, bottle episode, showing like how like Hollywood got discriminatory like this. And it was like the doorman, like this guy that has the power for like people to walk through him into a different dimension. Now, I know Cloak like can do from like Cloak and Dagger. So yeah, I mean, this show does. It is a very contained show, but like it also shows like the government starting to step in and like capture superpowered people, which I don't. Yeah, which I do think is really interesting. Uh, Starting to get sweaty and up in here. I've been filming for like 15 minutes, so yeah. I do think Wonder Man does set up a lot of stuff for like the future seasons, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing some more Wonder Man. I do think he's a really cool character. I'd like to see some more of his adventures with him and Trevor Slattery, or like some potential team ups. Honestly, also I'm very confident that like Wonder Man is a mutant because I mean it just makes sense. I mean, it's like interpreted as like he's had this since he was a kid, and like it looks like he didn't get his powers until like a traumatic event, which is kind of how mutants get their powers a little bit, I think. So yeah, definitely really looking forward to some more Wonder Man. I think it is a great show, and yeah, feel free to tell me your thoughts on Wonder Man down in the comments. Yeah, overall, I think Wonder Man is definitely one of the Disney Plus Marvel. You know, let me rephrase that. I think Wonder Man is one of Marvel's best shows, and that's mainly because it's not trying to be a generic superhero show. It's just trying to be like a show that's like about like showing like the struggles of someone in Hollywood, and that like also happens to have superpowers. And I think that's like really what makes Marvel special. It's like all of Marvel's best stuff isn't necessarily about superheroes. Kind of, I feel like the Winter Soldier is an amazing example. It's not like a superhero movie. It's just like a governor. It's like a spy thriller movie. It also, I mean, same. I mean, yeah. So it's like I feel like that just goes to show like Marvel is at its best when it's just trying to be like very personal. Well, not always personal, but like just simple stories. And I feel like that is what makes Wonder Man such a good show. And yeah, feel free to tell me your thoughts on Wonder Man down in the comment section. I am definitely looking forward to seeing some more Wonder Man. Are you? Also, feel free to subscribe. I am trying to reach 250 subscribers before the end of 2026. We can do this. We will build this community, and I'll see you all later. Bye.